what happens when you work towards a goal and then that goal gets derailed within 1 week. Here's the real story behind how we became full-time content creators without wanting to be full-time content creators. Welcome back to another episode of Out of the Box. I'm G.
And I'm May.
And today we're diving into what we were like before content creating. This wasn't the life we wanted. Mm-hmm. This wasn't something that we planned for, worked towards. Before anything actually like getting into discussion, we never actually had social media.
No.
Growing up,
G and I, we knew about Snapchat, we knew about Instagram, right? We were a little young for Facebook and MySpace and Twitter, kind of. But Instagram and Snapchat is really where our generation kind of picks up on social media. Mm-hmm. But we had pretty strict parents when it came to social media, right? We barely were able to have a page to begin with. Yeah. It had to be private. We were on there thinking we were hot shit with like 100 followers.
Oh yeah. And it's like, I don't think we've ever been regular posters.
No,
like,
never.
When we are on our personal accounts, if you follow those, we'll link them down below, but don't expect consistent content there. Like you get one post a year maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But that's how we were like prior to social media. We never were on there really, never thought of a life in the public eye, really.
Yeah, no, never. If you told me in 8th grade or even in high school that we would have platforms and people, and I hate calling you guys fans because you're not fans. It's weird to say fans, but viewers, I guess, subscribers, followers, whatever you want to call yourselves, I would think that you're crazy.
Yeah.
Because 1, what?
Yeah.
2, how? And 3, why?
No, literally, like, why us? But growing up in, let's say, like, middle school, right? That's usually when we got... She's biting. Hold on.
Sorry. Our roommate's cat is in heat. And if you have a cat in heat, they're very needy.
This is Minerva. She is a little...
needy right now.
Needy today. We're going to just try to put her over there.
If you see her walking across the screen, just don't mind her. She's the special guest for today.
Yeah. So where were we? Sorry, I got sidetracked. She bit my back.
Oh, we were not people who posted.
Yeah.
Regularly at all. And it's shocking that G and I actually even have a platform.
Yeah. No, it really is shocking. Like, we never thought about life like this.
We're also like the most normal people you could probably find on the internet.
Yeah.
And you can ask any of our friends that because we haven't changed since growing platforms.
Yeah.
And you can ask our close lifelong friends. Mm-hmm. And those that we meet from the internet say the same thing. Like, we are the same that you see on the internet. And that's something that me and you really strive for.
Yeah.
Because it can be really disheartening and confusing if you see someone that you look up to, that you watch daily, and you meet them maybe in real life and it's a completely different person.
Yeah.
It's just really rude awakening.
Yeah.
And it's never cool. So we try to just be ourselves online, and I think that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
And a little bit easier than other people who want to put themselves on a pedestal and want to be perfect and have this perfect image. So props to us for that.
Yeah. Pat yourself on the back.
But before social media, when we went into college, when we were graduating high school, what did you think you were going to be doing?
I've always wanted to be in the medical field. I've always loved OBGYN. I've loved babies. I've always wanted to be the doctor, the physician, surgeon. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to be, but medical field was my goal. So going into college, I was going pre-med. I knew I wanted to do that. And I know you were similar too. You wanted to be in the medical field, but what did you want specifically?
So going into college, being my 18-year-old self in high school, I genuinely had the thought of going to med school, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to specialize in just yet.
Yeah.
And so we went to the University of Portland. So anyone watching from Portland, we lived there for 4 years.
Anchors away. Anchors Down?
Anchors Down. But we went to the University of Portland, right there on the bluff, right next to St. John's. And honestly, it was probably one of the most funnest 4 years of my life.
Yeah.
Other than the schooling, hated the schooling.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie there.
Yeah.
Who likes school? I don't know. Not me. Not the person to like it.
Yeah.
But loved the neighborhood, loved the city, loved the people. And then COVID hit and kind of ruined everything.
Yeah.
But going back to freshman year, we both went into college undecided, right?
Yeah, I know that summer between senior year and the first year, freshman year, we were deciding, do we say we want to go into nursing because it is medical field, but then you could get your prereqs a little bit quicker. You had like a known route and course. Versus pre-med, you knew you had either biology, chemistry as your major, but didn't really like
know what to do with
know
that
what types of courses you were going to take, how long it was going to take.
Yep.
And in the school at UP, pre-med was very loosely used, but you had to make up your own courses.
Yeah.
And so that was really challenging. So we were going back and forth. Do we go undecided? Do we go nursing? Do we just pick a major right away? Because when you're on a pre-med health track, you are taking majority STEM classes, and those get filled up quickly. So you want to kind of go into your first year knowing what you want to major in so you can get into those like introductory classes.
Yeah.
But because we didn't know, we ended up being undecided. And then that kind of actually was like kind of a savior moment kind of way.
If you don't know exactly what you want to do or the degree that you want your freshman year, go undecided, because a lot of the time that means you're going to cover a lot of your core classes for your school. And if you don't know what core classes are, it's usually just classes that you absolutely have to get done to graduate from that school. It doesn't have anything to do with your degree usually.
Yeah.
And so our entire first year
it was just core classes.
Core classes, getting some of those core classes out of the way. That's language, that's history, that's
theology for us.
Psychology for us. Theology, because University of Portland is a private religious school.
Yeah. And we even did get some of our like major classes because you had to do a science.
Yeah.
So no matter what, you were still adding to whatever major you were going to pick later.
Exactly. And so our entire first year was undecided, all just core classes. And then sophomore year is when we actually decided what degree we wanted to go into.
Yeah.
You decided biology. Actually, no. We both decided biology at one point in time.
Yeah.
I will say right now, I quit biology.
After a year?
No. I stopped my degree in biology junior year. It was probably the roughest decision I have ever had to make, educational wise, because I was battling back and forth between I'm done 2 years of this, I have 2 more to do. Can I even make it the next 2 years?
Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck, like, is the past 2 years going to be a waste if I don't continue with this degree, right?
Yeah.
And so I decided to leave biology major and decided to go into integrated health and wellness. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's just another word for alternative medicine. Instead of Western medicine, it's alternative medicine.
Yeah.
And you decided to keep going with biology.
Yeah, I did biology. So I majored in biology, double minored in chemistry and psychology. But the minors came way later. Like, I did not think of adding minors until I had my, like, senior year check-in. And my advisor was like, hey, like, you probably need 1 more class for psychology and 1 more chemistry class that you're already signed into that will give you that chemistry minor. Because, again, pre-med, I was taking a heavily STEM major classes. And so I just added on 2 more minors just for shits and giggles at that point because I was already kind of on the way to getting them anyway.
Yeah.
But being a STEM major is no joke. And to those who are probably in pre-med undergrad courses right now,
it's hell.
It's hell.
It's hell.
It's not fun, but what I had to tell myself every single day to just get through even attending classes some days were, it's okay if I don't understand everything, because you're not going to, no one in the world knows everything unless you're like memorizing
Genius.
you know, like you will mess up, you will have really bad scores,
You will fail a test.
you will fail a test,
Mini test maybe.
but a test score does not define who you are unless it's a final.
Oh yeah. Those finals you kind of have to work for. Those are hard for a reason.
Yeah.
But like quiz or maybe a little bit smaller exam, obviously don't beat yourself up about it. People fail it. People don't pass the class. People just go in it unprepared. So you're not the only one. But for me, I decided to stop biology or that course and major and went to integrated health and wellness. But that meant I still had to do some of the prereqs for pre-med.
Yeah.
So I still have my prereqs for pre-med. If we decide, or I want to decide to go down the pre-med track, go to pre-med school or go to med school, residency, and specialize. Do you know what kind of doctor or surgeon you actually wanted to be?
I wanted to be an OBG.
Oh.
I love babies. I love learning about human development. Child psychology was something that was really interesting to me. So I don't know if like I would have been an OB for my entire residency or life or whatever, but just being around like the children of our world and shaping them and learning like the fundamentals and the most developmental stages in their life, like that is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
And just knowing like the chemistry and the psychology behind what is actually presenting itself in a little human being.
Yeah.
They are very, very smart.
And complex.
Yeah. And just my undergrad taught me that. And so I always saw myself in like the children, peds, OB general area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, it took me a while to kind of see where I wanted to be and everything. I suffer, I want to say suffer, and deal with raging ADHD. And I'll be honest, I'm not medicated. I'm raw dogging this shit.
Just like everybody.
Do I suggest it? No. Life's hell. But we are carrying on. But I do have raging ADHD. So when I was thinking about med school and thinking about residency and thinking about, okay, what actually do I want to specialize in?
Yeah.
I finally came to the conclusion, I think a trauma surgeon would have been perfect for me.
Yeah.
Still is perfect for me if I decide to still go there.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to come through your doors. You are always on your toes.
Yeah.
It's not the same procedure every single day. And you don't work with the same people every single day either because shifts and obviously everything changes. And so that, I thought that would work really well with me.
Yeah.
Because if you specialize in like, I don't know, general surgeon or family
yeah.
med, you kind of can get the same things every single day, and that can kind of get draining. And for me, in my raging ADHD, I always like difference. I love not knowing what's going to happen, kind of, until my anxiety kicks in and they're like, shut the fuck up, you need to actually know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But just knowing that every single day a procedure might not be the same is what really piqued my interest. And then when we were able to do clinicals, because I did clinicals. Did you do a clinical?
I had a couple clinicals, but because I was during COVID,
it was a lot of remote.
Me or the pre-med students go.
Yeah. And so my clinicals, I was able to get around nurses in the ER, and they were just like, what you're telling me is probably perfect for you because you don't know what's going to happen. You're not going to do the same thing every single day. And so that's kind of what made me finalize that decision.
Yeah.
But here comes COVID.
Yeah.
And so this is March of 2020.
Yeah,
right?
So we went, actually, it was kind of funny, but the last memory I had before the shutdown was Easter break with two of our best friends from college. We went up to Vancouver, Canada.
Spring break, yeah.
Spring break. We had a ball there because we could drink before we were 21, and then we went back to Oregon. But on our way up to Canada, we stopped here in Seattle, and we stayed with our parents for a couple of days. And my dad was getting ready. He was the one that was shopping on Amazon, getting toilet paper, getting water, getting just basic supplies because he loves to be prepared.
Just in case.
Just in case for anything. We have earthquake stuff. We have literally everything you could imagine if something were to happen where you need to be in a lockdown again.
Yeah.
And being us, we were joking. We're like, Dad's just being Dad. Like, he's just being overly prepared. We're fine. We're going to go up to Canada. It's only 2 days. We didn't realize how
bad it
was actually until we were coming back to school. And our school was putting out emails like, get ready. We might be sending you guys all home soon. A lot of our schools in the neighboring state, like our neighbors' states, were shutting down and sending people home. They weren't coming back after Easter break.
We were like one of the last schools to be released in Oregon.
Yeah.
We had Oregon State gone. We had Portland State gone. We had University of Oregon gone and out. And everyone on our campus who had friends at these other colleges was just like, when are we getting out of here?
Yeah.
Because why is it taking it so long? At this point, it's starting to be like mid-March.
Yeah.
And everyone else has left a week early. And we're like, okay, I don't want to get sick. Can we like get the ball rolling? Like make your decision. Let's go.
We were still being told to go to class. Our professors were coming to class. But they were telling us, like, we don't know what's happening. None of the administration is telling us anything. So when you guys learn you're going home, we're learning we're going home.
Yeah.
So everyone was kind of on eggshells and just like, do we even cancel classes now? Because the professor's scared to leave her house. Like, it was a lot. And then when we finally got the, okay, like, you're going to be home, they gave us 1 week to clear out.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
And you have to think, if you're someone in college right now and you aren't from that state, you have to fly out. And you have to find those tickets and everything. And for the fact that our school only gave everyone on that campus a week without even thinking about anyone and then charging extra if you're staying over that week, it was horrible. Everyone complained. They didn't do it properly. If they have to do a lockdown again, I hope they fix their protocols and things. But that's when we started to post a video.
Yeah.
Right? That week that that week that was undecided if we were going to go home or not, I think I came to G and I was just like, I don't know what made me download TikTok or what made me start to scroll.
Yeah.
But I saw something. I thought it was hilarious. It was a duet.
Yeah.
And I'm immature at heart. Okay. I love being immature when I can be. That doesn't mean I am immature. But I showed G this video. I got her reaction. And that's how social media started.
Yeah. It was literally just like a fluke for us. It was let's just duet this, get your reaction, and who knows what happens.
Like,
it's going to get like 1 view.
This was just purely out of, this is funny to me, let's just post it.
Yeah.
Not knowing what it could do, what social media could do.
Yeah.
And so that's why whenever someone asks me, do I post? Should I post? How do you post? I don't know. I'm kind of scared to post.
Yeah.
Would you post if you were me? Yes. Because you never know what video is going to launch you.
Yeah.
Or who's going to watch that.
Yeah.
But that video took off, right? A few 100,000 in a few hours. And then when you start seeing those numbers, you're like, I want to make more.
Yeah,
what else can I do?
It's a positive feedback.
Yeah, and it fills your dopamine, and you just release so much serotonin and everything. And so G and I started to just do any single trend or anything that we thought we could do and remix for ourselves.
Yeah.
We posted, and we did. But I don't think we were prepared for how fast that was going to snowball.
Yeah, we were going from gaining 1,000 followers an hour to maybe gaining 10,000 followers a day.
Plus
More.
Yeah.
And so then we were hitting a milestone here and there. We were getting 50,000, 100,000, like 200,000, 300,000. It just kept going up day by day. And when you see those numbers, there's a little bit in you that's like, clearly there's something.
There's something here that people are wanting and want to see. But we didn't really know what we were doing. And we still don't actually know exactly what we are doing.
Yeah.
But again, when you're put in those positions where you're getting following like no other so fast, all you can do really is go with the flow and do it. Consistently start doing videos and everything.
Yeah.
But that's how social media and TikTok first started off.
Yeah.
And then we kind of transitioned our stuff over to other platforms and grew from there. But Gia and I were not supposed to be content creators.
Yeah,
we were supposed to not, well, I was going to say we were supposed to finish college. We did finish college. We were in Zoom University, just like you guys, if you're watching this, or those of you who have gone through Zoom University. We've been there. It's not fun. And we filmed almost all of it, our experiences going through COVID and Zoom University, because it made us relatable. And we weren't like other creators where we dropped out of school. We had three massive creators still to this day on TikTok platform that left our school.
Yeah, and we can name them because they're big celebrities now, you know? There's Noah Beck. He was on the soccer team when we were at UP. He left. And that's when he got, you know, entangled with Dixie D'Amelio and all of those people.
The Sway House and all of that.
Yeah, and then you had Maddie Westbrook, you know. At one point, we were bigger than Maddie on campus because I found Maddie through TikTok once we had TikTok. Didn't know that Maddie then had her own account. I just knew her as a nursing student. And then we had Alyssa
McKay.
McKay. She was at UP. She was in the same dorm as you for 2 years, I believe. Yeah. And so, like, we knew these people were leaving, but we were just like, do we follow them? Do we not follow them?
And we've got so many requests to leave school to go to LA. God knows what we may have done or where we would be if we did do that. But Gia and I, because we knew education was really important, our parents also
financed all of it.
Thank God. But they also knew how important our education was too, and they also know that social media is not for forever. And so, I don't know, maybe when the time comes, or if the time comes and we say goodbye to social media, at least at least we have degrees to fall back on.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. But I would be lying if I said there wasn't a part of me that was like, we should leave school.
Really? Yeah, because I know, like, when we officially got sent home, we came back to Seattle for that summer half of the next semester before we could rent out a house in Portland. But every single day we were still making content videos in our house, and our parents were seeing that, and they were also like, how much are they able to do? Like, can they take this to full time? But we still want them to finish their degree because education is important. And so we were just battling back and forth for a half a year deciding. And we ended up we decided on finishing college because it was the best thing for May and I. I told May because I was a pre-med student, third year junior, and not third year junior, but third year in college as a junior. I've cried my way through courses. I've passed some of the hardest exams of my life. I was 1 year away from graduating. I was not going to quit.
We cried too much.
I cried too much. I literally sweat, blood, and tears into my education. And my dad can back me up. I cried over almost failing a physics course because I was like, I'm not going to make it in 4 years. I just want to be done.
Yeah.
But as a pre-med student, I was very ambitious. I did not want to quit, and I told May that, and I was like, I don't care if you want to go because you clearly have something in you. I really need to finish this out. I need to see it done, you know? I'm just that someone who has to start something, you finish it, end of story.
And then you move on. Yeah.
And thank God we did get our degrees because now we can go apply for jobs. Maybe not now because the job market is actual shit, but God forbid if this isn't a lifetime thing for us, we still can go get maybe a higher level job as if you didn't get a degree in college, you know? But I'm saying McDonald's isn't hiring people from college now, so I wouldn't.
People with master's degrees can't even get a job. Like, it's ridiculous right now. But that's another conversation.
Yeah.
But we definitely decided to stay in school, both get our degrees so we can fall back on it or use it in our platforms. And when we graduated, we kind of wanted to do more in the health and fitness world because we weren't going to medical school.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of why we both decided to become personal trainers. We've been athletes our entire lives, right? And we love moving. We love being active and fit. And so it kind of made sense then to get our certificates and certifications for it, and then specialize in certain things. We also take a lot of pride in being able to educate more people on the health and fitness world because it's so daunting and it's not for women.
And it's such, like you said, it's not a women's sport, I would say. It's a very heavily male dominated industry, and just as simple as the ingredients in your pre-workout for some brands are just meant for men.
Yeah.
And women are taking it, and if a side effect like itching or the crawling underneath your skin because you took so much shit that does not need to be in your body.
A lot of women
it's
don't
just
know
an example
that.
That is not normal. You should not feel itchy. You do not want to feel like that. But those are just the ingredients that you're taking and putting into your body from a generic brand. So we know women-owned brands. We know supplements that are made for women that don't have certain things that men need, you know?
Yeah.
So certain things like that, because we started seeing a lot of girls, our friends, didn't know how to properly train, didn't know how to properly take care of themselves. And so we love that educational part, hence the training. But what are you specialized, since we're going over this, things that you guys don't know about May and I, you're specialized in personal training.
Yeah.
What are your 3 specialties? We each have 3.
So we share 2 of the same specialties, but then we both
Each
have
got
a separate one. And we're actively working for a 4th one for both of us. But I specialize in strength training, nutrition, and corrective exercise for right now.
And I specialize in strength and conditioning, nutrition, and online coaching.
Yeah. And so we didn't really realize at the time that would help actually our social media platforms later down the road.
Yeah.
Because now we're able to make health and fitness content. And I don't care if you call us an influencer. I don't care if you hate like fitness influencers or not.
Yeah.
But I take pride in knowing that if I'm going to talk about health and fitness, I'm certified to do it, right? I'm not just talking out my ass. I know when you see a health and fitness influencer speaking or putting up a routine or a workout that you might think is attainable, and then you try it and then you fail, it's frustrating. And I get just as frustrated because I know education-wise and just the logistics behind what it takes to make it a habit and become a healthier lifestyle, that's not accurate. So like I feel for the public who see that and people who get taken advantage of because they don't know better. And so that's what we try to do on all our platforms when we talk about health and fitness or nutrition. We try to educate, bring more awareness, especially to women, just because more women do want to be better for themselves. They want to be strong. They want to be independent. And sometimes they don't know where to look for or look to. And so if you are watching this and you want help on health, fitness tips, nutrition, diets maybe, comment down below what you want to see in the health and fitness world that G and I can speak about, because now you know we have degrees.
So that's just a little bit of the educational background between May and I. We share very much overlapping, not degrees, but interest and specialties in training, but we come from very different medical background education. You are more the Eastern medicine and alternative medicines. I was Western medicine, so it was always really nice to also just kind of come back together and kind of fight on certain topics. But it's also great because leading into our business, we are personal trainers. We do eventually want to open a women's only gym here in Seattle, and as of right now, I don't know that there is currently a women's owned gym. So it could be the first Seattle women owned gym. And
I was going to say, comment down below if you're a woman, you want to do better on your health and fitness journey, or you want to start or you want to restart your health and fitness journey. Would you sign up and join an all-women's gym here in Seattle if we can make the prices a normal gym membership price.
Yeah.
It would not kill your bank account, because I think that's something I've seen the most is women want to feel safe in the gym, and women want a women's only gym without the expensive membership.
Yeah, there's like in LA, there's a cost of like $350 a month to join a women's only gym, and it's like, but you could go to any time for $60 a month. Why would you not go to the $60 a month if you don't have $350?
Yeah.
And so it's just making something available, but it's also a need. It's a want. Women do want to be better. They want to be stronger mentally, physically, all around better. And so if you can bring a source of guidance kind of towards that, in a place where you can come and you know you're not going to be gross looked at during the gym. You can
wear whatever you want. Yeah.
There's not going to be weirdos standing outside. It's meant to be a place to not just be physically like strong, but to grow as women
and a community for women.
In a positive community set, because we know what it means and what it takes to be surrounded by strong and bold women. You know, those are the women that have charisma. Those are the women that lead businesses. These are the women that, you know, can stand in a male-dominated room and still be seen.
Yeah, and not belittle themselves because they are in a male-dominated field.
Exactly. And a fitness and health journey does not necessarily mean just the physical aspect.
Yeah.
It's an overall mental state, too. You
Yeah.
have to be strong there. You have to know that you are cherished, that you are welcomed, and that you do have the power in yourself to do whatever you want. And that is kind of like the ground sense of what we want this gym eventually in hopes to be.
Yeah, that is a long-time goal in the future, and things that we are starting to implement and work towards. So we're over here grinding our butts off for this hopeful goal of ours. But yeah, let us know. Would you be someone that would want to sign up for an only women's gym? G and I would be the owners. We'd probably actually be running it. I'm not going to lie. We would be trainers in it. We'd be very present in our business, just because I think that's important too. As a boss and as an owner, you need to know your company. You need to know your workers. And we would love to spend our time there.
Yeah. It's something that collectively, both of us, it sparks both of our interest. It takes both of our degrees. So not like the past was for nothing. And that is something that it took a long time, because going from a pre-med education stance and like that's the life you wanted to go towards, to now you have your own schedule, you're content creators.
You have your own business.
You have your own business. You get to
build
really
your own
much
brand.
do whatever you want to do every single day. That is very fortunate. But that now, because we had such a big educational background that not a lot of people see every single day, it's nice to know that these past 4 years, or the 4 years in school and college specifically, wasn't for waste.
Do you ever wonder if they think we're dumb?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time?
Yeah.
Because I literally was just thinking about that when you were speaking, because I was like, I know you guys see
the funny
short
side,
forms and the funny side and the comedy and our twin dynamic and everything. And for those of you who are watching this long form, thank you. But you don't really get to see our education.
Yeah.
And what we were like prior to social media, when we had, it feels like a whole different life at that point, because I could tell you so many things about the medical field, or medicines and diets and nutritions and things to fix diseases and illnesses.
Yeah.
But like, we don't really show that on our platforms as much, because the need is not actually there right now.
Yeah.
If the need and want is there, let us know. Because we can definitely pull out some more of our brain.
Yeah, I love using my brain. I love having these discussions. I think a little bit that encapsulates this entire emotion that you're talking about is that people really do love these sit-down chats, more come as we are, come see who we are as individuals more than just creators, because we are intelligent. A lot of the comments we get is, I love how I get to feel like I'm sitting there listening to your conversations. You guys are very much smart people. And people don't think that when they look at me and you really quickly.
Or when they see a funny dance, a funny skit.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so it's nice when we are doing more face-to-face and talking videos where you guys actually get to see that we can form coherent sentences.
Yeah.
Like, we're not...
I did pass biochemistry. I did pass physics. I did pass, like, all these hard
organic
things
chemistry
that you would not think of. I can relate to you. If you're in the library right now grinding for what?
Exam?
A summer final, like, I understand you have been there probably for 6 hours. You have flipped through all your chapters. You have written down all your notes. And you still feel like you have learned nothing because it's all just a whole shit of words.
Or if you're someone like me when I was in college and you really try to get yourself to the library, you have your energy drink, not just one. You probably have 2 or 3. And you told yourself you're not going to leave until you memorize this. And you're still sitting there 2 hours later, have not even opened up your spiral or your book or your computer, and have just been on your phone. I get you. I've been there.
Yeah. And the only tip for that is, well, you might as well pack up and go to that party that you said you wanted to go to because clearly you have done nothing that day.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
might as well go enjoy the night and restart tomorrow.
Yeah. But no, we've been there. We understand what college is like, especially in the STEM field, because we both were in STEM. We both were in aggressive classes. We get it. And I just don't think a lot of you guys have seen that side of G and I, because maybe one, you haven't been here that long, but 2, we also don't have the opportunities to be able to speak about it as much as we want to, or we're still trying to figure out how can we bring that side of us to social media and our content. So if you have any ideas, let us know in the comments down below. Much appreciated. If you guys want to hear more about training, because G and I might be dropping some training workout plans for everyone. We can talk about nutrition. We can talk about diets. We can talk about different exercises. We can talk about how you can finally not fail at making going to the gym a habit. Because we also know how to prevent that. But we also understand why everyone gets in that cycle of they start, they kind of go for a few months, and then they drop off, and then the cycle starts again. We understand that cycle. We know how to get you through that cycle. So if you're someone that wants more information on your health and wellness, G and I are here for you. We will definitely be able to, we can answer all your questions and concerns. Don't you worry.
But that's just a little bit of May and I's background in education. I know a couple of you guys were interested in what our life was like prior to content creating. Maybe we can go back and do another sit down and talk about like what childhood was like growing up, what summers looked like, what our hobbies were like, what we did.
Just get to know us more.
So let's just end it here because I think that is pretty much sums up our education. Obviously, we are continuing our education in personal training. I think I want to get a specialty in running.
Ooh, a running coach. Hey, anyone who wants to maybe do a half marathon, a full marathon, someone's working to be a running coach.
And, you know, there's something called like adolescent fitness. And that's something that I think would be really interesting too, because it tags along with my interest in children and the youth and just getting them in good spots to grow as an individual.
And something about G and I is we always love learning. I think there's not going to be a single day where we won't learn a single thing. We choose and actively choose to learn every single day. I think that's just us and who we are. But it also helps us be as people because we can pull things out of our pocket that you would have no idea that we would have known.
It's kind of like a cool party trick.
No, it actually is.
You genuinely can be and fit in most conversations because you can kind of pull from life experiences. That's why I think it's really important to do things outside of your comfort zone, to learn just simply something once a day, because these are small little things you can just kind of blurt out in conversation and catch people off guard. Like, how did you know that?
Like,
where did you find that out?
Like, don't you want to feel competent?
Yeah, don't you want to feel like the smartest person in the room sometimes?
It's always fun to brag about it too.
It really is.
But that's what we have for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and be kind to others. Happy yourselves. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!